goals are just subconscious manifestations of needs, desires, fears, and traits. A quote that I was reminded of reading my notes over Self-Transcendence, Module 2, The Nature of Aim, about goals. It brought me back. It brought me back to Elijah, December 2023, a year ago. I don't know, maybe it's the weather, maybe it's the hoodie. I wear the same jacket. Maybe it's the Charlie Morgan Self-Transcendence, but it brought me back. And more than anything else in the world, I was so set and driven to a purpose a year ago. And it was to gain early financial independence. It was to break free from the system, to no longer go in school, and to live a life where I'm developing myself full time. More than anything else in the world. And that drove me to work. It drove me to self-reflect even more, to stop the drift. And as of recently, and I'm gonna be completely honest with myself, I've been drifting. I haven't been self-iterating or reminding myself constantly of what I want, of my dream life. Before I took notes on Charlie Morgan's course, I took notes on Alex Sedlak's program called Create Your Reality, which I invested almost 2 years ago, which is crazy to say, in February 2023. And I got so specific. I wrote this like maybe 5-sentence paragraph, so specific on what I wanted. And it's funny because to some extent I lived that life exactly how I described it. So it went something like, I wake up to a beautiful, clean apartment, independent from my parents. And I wake up immediately, like, energized, go straight to meditating and journaling. And then going to the gym. And then from the gym, I have an amazing workout. The drive from the gym is relaxing but exciting. I come back home and work for a few hours, because even back then I knew I had to work like on something. And then I had my evenings planned to do something fun and fulfilling that I enjoyed. And then I would go to a restful sleep, proud of conquering the day. I humble myself when I journal and meditate. I have not been humbling myself, because when you journal, you take a step back, literally in your own mind, and you think and you write what you think, right? To an extent, if you don't journal, or you don't feel the need to journal anymore, you feel like you don't need to self-reflect on yourself. You think you know what you need to know. You don't need to document anything. You don't write anything down. I don't think it's a humble thing to do. And same exact thing with meditating. Meditating, you're sitting down, dedicating literally just dedicating 10-15 minutes to just doing nothing. And if you don't respect yourself enough, or have the time because you're too busy to do nothing, I also think you're not respecting or humbling yourself, because you think you don't need it. You think you're too busy. You think it's unnecessary. But in reality, I was probably in the best mental happiness state when I journaled and meditated consistently. And I have those as tracked habits, but I haven't been doing it the same way as I had before. Like, I meditate every now and then, kind of just when I feel like it, when I'm on my chair. I haven't been that consistent meditating. Journaling, I just leave to the end of the day. Like, I don't do it like I'm excited, but I'm like, oh, I have to get this done type of thing. Like, to check the box in the habit tracker. But going back to the quote, goals are subconscious manifestations of fears, desires, traits, and needs. My goal back then, reading the notes I had, the little number I wanted to get was $20K a month with Clive. $240,000 a year income. And what drove that was an incessant fear that I had to go back to school, that I had to please my parents again. A fear that I couldn't live up to my fullest potential, a fear that I'd be hindered by societal and status quo norms. That I would be limited, my potential would be limited simply because I couldn't hit a goal that proved to myself and my parents that I could work on this full time. And I did everything I can to make sure that I hit this goal so I could get to that point. And it it wasn't just working harder, but it was learning harder, it was reading harder, it was thinking harder, it was self-reflecting harder, it was pushing harder in the gym. Indirect things from the business, I did much better, more intentionally. Like, I was more what's the word? Yeah, I had more intention to do those activities, to read, to learn, to walk, just these simple things, to journal, to meditate. Like, I was driven to do these things. I don't feel that as much anymore. I think if I get back to if I revive that version of me, that drive of me, revive that incessant fear, to be honest. I need an incessant fear to drive me, to be a drive vacuum. That's what actually puts a human into motion to achieve towards their goal, is what Charlie calls the drive vacuum, which is the actual fear or trait or need to get to their goal. The question is, Elijah, what do you want? I want a 40K a month profitable profit agency that's automated and delegated. Okay, why? The way you get to your drive vacuum is keep on asking yourself why until you can't answer that anymore. So why do you want that? Well, I think if I profit 20K a month take home, that will be sufficient and comfortable income to pay for my expenses, to save, to buy things that I occasionally want and need, to facilitate a dream life expense, and also travel and save for buying programs. This is the kind of thing that I like to do and want to do in the future. I'll have enough income. 20K a month would be sustainable enough income for that lifestyle. And I want it automated and delegated, so I'm working on the business less, way less, like up to just 10, 16 hours a week, so I can focus on other things I would want to do, like building a brand, pursuing a health career, a health business, reading, journaling, meditating, setting a time aside just with myself to focus on myself. Like if I only worked 4 hours in the day, and then the rest of the day I could do, work out, go on walks, maybe travel, go back and forth to places, read, journal, meditate, eat, go out with friends, network. I love to do those things. I enjoy doing those things. So that's why I want that. Well, why do you want all the rest of those things? Well, probably comes down to some social validation. If I want to network and be around people, I want all of the security aspect of financially, so I can not really worry about money and worry about money for my future family, build a foundation for me financially, so I can live a life where I'm set. Why do you want to travel? What's my drive vacuum for wanting to travel? Because when I ask myself, what do I really want? It's It's to travel the world. It's to experience the map God created and his beautiful, wondrous works of nature. And I want to see them with my own two eyes and experience them with people I love. Like taking Mom, Matthew, or potentially down the line a significant other, like a partner, and we sit down in some green pasture in the middle of, you know, a large, just expansive field of flowers and grass, and you can see mountains and hills stretch on for miles beyond what the eye can see. And it's night. It's a beautiful starry night. You can see the sky filled with stars and planets. You hear the crickets chirping in the background. You have some of your favorite ethereal Moog-esque soundtracks playing in a speaker in the background. And you look at each other. It's a song that you both like and you resonate with. And you look at each other and you nod your head, show some love, hold their hands, look up at the sky, and just soak in that entire moment. And you are enveloped by this feeling of peace, pleasure, of satisfaction, and you sit with these feelings, and it brings a euphoria to you and the other person, and you're just here in this moment. All you could think about is how beautiful that this moment is. You look around you and you see the awe of creation around you. You see the lakes and the tall trees and the animals and the crickets, and everything about this moment is perfect to you and to them. You sit there and you rest, knowing that you can come back here anytime you want. You can come back here tomorrow. You can come back here in a week. You can come back here in a few years. Now you know that where the spot is. So you can enjoy this moment again and again for the rest of your life until the day you die. And you're so happy because you can experience the same feeling, this perfect moment, as many times as you want. And that FOMO, that fear of never having this again, subsides, and you rest, loving and knowing that this moment is yours. That is what I want. I want to experience a beautiful night with After Dark playing in the background. It's starry nights, you hear crickets, and I have someone I love right beside me to experience the moment with. And I feel so much peace and satisfaction. That's what I want. Well, why do you want that? I think the honest answer that I think God revealed to me when I asked myself that Like I heard him say, I heard him speak through me in my heart. Like I asked as a like confirmation, God, are you revealing this to me so I can, like, do you want this for me? Don't you? You want me to pursue this path so I can have that moment to experience more of you and to see what you've created. To be in awe of your creation. To feel the feeling you've set out for me to feel. To be more intimate and intricate and closer to you in that way. To experience more of you. God, you're showing this and you're revealing this desire in me to do that, aren't you? I asked that question last night. And I felt a yes. Like I felt in my heart, like a nod. So I think why I want to experience this is because I have a deep love for God. It's because I love God so much that I want to be intimate with Him in a personal way. In a way that I genuinely understand and enjoy personally. I think God wants me to do that because He made me Elijah Kim for Elijah Kim because of Elijah Kim. He made me me, and I have my own desires and free will. He wants me to experience Him in that free will, in that my own desires. He wants me to put Him first, seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. So that's why I believe I want to travel to find that spot, to find the spots to experience that moment. I want to travel to all these places, and I've shown all these beautiful places around the world, countries, spots. You have Switzerland, you have Hawaii, you have Japan, you have parts in Germany, you have Yosemite Falls. You have all these beautiful places that at first glance, I'm like, I need to go there. It's all a subconscious dry vacuum to have that moment I just described. think I just had a breakthrough in the last 25 minutes. Because I pinpointed my dry vacuum. I've explained the reasons why I want to do what I want to do, which is travel and explore the world. Why I want, what motivated me to start presenting myself, improve my attractiveness, to go on dates, to go through Chad's course, a dating course, to find a significant other, right? That subconsciously comes from the dry vacuum of me experiencing that moment with another person, which I hope to be my girlfriend one day. The reason why I felt a little bit less motivated, a lot less motivated to work and grow and Clive is because I can financially afford to live that moment. It doesn't cost a lot of money. I could fly just about any place in the world right now and not it be a financial burden. I can just take a couple thousand from the business. That's mine, of course, that I have free will to move and go anywhere in the world. I can sit down, I can buy a speaker, I have an iPhone to play the song. I just need to find, that person and just find the best spot. Like, all of that subconsciously, me subconsciously realizing that I can live that already with my current financial means and income. It's like, what's gonna push you farther than that? What's gonna drive you more? Maybe that's a question for another video. Maybe that's something I don't need to figure out right away, right now. But what I think I need to do is experience that moment as soon as I can. Is to just go after that desire, this dry vacuum, that moment. Because when I think about it, my two previous dry vacuums, which was early financial independence / gain independence away from the expectations of my parents and leave school / a $20K a month agency, living in an apartment independently from my parents in Austin. All three of these were innate, intense dry vacuums. Like, I wanted them more than anything else. This set in motion and motivated and literally drove me to do what I needed to do every day with the business to get these three things. I checked all of them within the last year. All of them. And then I have a new one. And then I'm gonna have another one after this, and another one after that, and another one after this. But it was in order. First, I hit financial independence when realistically I was making above like 10K a month. I gained independence when I had that conversation with my parents on February. And then after Matt and I moved in, we were free. We were independent. We're on our own. Check. Oh, Elijah, you have this incessant need to travel. Go do it. Go fucking do it. So what do I need to do to achieve this goal? I need a girlfriend. I need a speaker. And I need a spot. So, a speaker I can order in a day. The spot I can find by traveling more and exploring the map and finding and just going to those places I've added on my bucket list and finding the best place to experience that. And I think dating is in alignment with that goal, right? Dating will be the conversion method, the funnel to get leads in my pipeline so I can convert them into the girlfriend I want for this goal. But the thing is, and now I'm kind of conceptualizing the time aspect, right? And Charlie actually talked about this on in the same notes that I read earlier this morning, which is like the time variable, I forgot what he called it, but the goal constants. So the goal constants is niche problem solution, but what time plays a role in that is it's what's the word? Like it's exponential, which means in the beginning, the time and the result is super slow. So like you're gonna have the most amount of time with the least understanding of your niche or problem or solution, and be making no money. But then there's gonna come a point where it's like you kind of understand, and then after a few days you exponential rise. Matthew and I have definitely transcended that, at least for niche problem solution, but this could apply to any goal, right? It's not with the business, but with a girlfriend. I need to give myself patience that this moment that I'm trying to strive for is it could take a while, right? It could be up to a year from now. It could be up as much time as it takes to the answer to that is it's going to take as much time as it takes to find a spot and get a close partner to share that experience with and deeply enjoy the experience with. But the thing is like who it is matters, right? So it's like I can't rush finding a girlfriend and just be like, hey, come with me to the Alps because I need to experience this. Like, no, it has to feel right. Like, I have to know that this is the person I need to have this moment with. Same with the spot. Like, I don't want to rush things, and I'm like, the first spot I go to when I first start traveling, it's like, oh, this is the spot. But I need to know. Maybe that might take a while, and maybe that might be spontaneous. Like, maybe I might not know the spot until I have the girlfriend and I'm actually at that spot without intentionally finding the spot, and I just have the moment spontaneously. But I know I know what that moment will feel like because I've been dreaming about that moment, honestly, since the beginning. All these other dry vacuums. Okay, I think here's another thing I'm learning about dry vacuums is that they'll stack. Like, you can have multiple dry vacuums at a time, but they stack depending on the priority level. So, for example, I had this like moment dry vacuum I'm talking about now, probably above the other ones a year ago, but at first was early financial independence. And this is the first, think of it like I don't know, like a Lego tower. It was the first Lego I needed to take off of the tower before getting to the next layer and the next layer and the next layer. And you know, they might shift every now and then, but right now at the top is this moment. I really want to do that. And it's funny, it's like, it's literally just one moment, right? It could be like 5 minutes, it could be up to a few days, I don't know, it could be a week, but it's just like almost like a hit. Like, I mean, that's just what goals are. They're I guess you could say temporary KPIs or milestones you need to hit, and then you're on to the next thing, right? So my point was earlier about the stacking is I have other, I think, dry vacuums below this. First thing right now, I have the 40K a month profit agency, automated and delegated, probably right below it, maybe a few blocks down. Another one is like protecting my family, future family, keeping them safe from psyops and the 2030 world agenda. Another one is like Jesus and wanting to, like, I don't know, something in the Jesus arc, and like follow God's will arc, do our will, or maybe that transcends everything, I don't know. But my point is like, I have to go one layer at a time on this tower, or one block at a time. I should experience this to my best of my abilities, because what I've realized is, yeah, once you hit the goal, hitting goals are like so awesome. It's an amazing feeling. Like, you know, you've hit the goal, you feel accomplished, you feel satisfied, you feel like you've done good work, and then the next goal comes around, and then you go after that. So what I'm excited for is that I think this dry vacuum has been pulling me so hard, where it's been like, I've been thinking I need to prioritize other dry vacuums, but no, I think by me going one layer at a time, one purpose at a time, you could say. I guess another word for these could be like purposes, right? Or like, yeah, like your goal. Dry vacuum, goal, purpose, I think it's all synonymous. It's more or less the same concept, but one layer of the purpose at a time. And what I'm excited for is after that point, when I open this layer, when I've completed this layer, the next one will be like the most like invigorating, intense desire that I would want, and I'm gonna do everything I can in my power to get to that point. So like, what I'm basically trying to say is that I'll be more motivated to work when my first layer becomes a 40K a month profitable agency. But right now, I want that first thing. And I don't think that's wrong. I think you can have goals outside of financial means. And this isn't to say I'm gonna completely, quit the business and do this full time, but like in your life, you can prioritize, I think, personal goals over professional goals. In fact, maybe you should have that as the priority, because what most people have found, and I know Luke Belmar has like a quote on this, he found when he made the most progress in developing himself, that's actually when he made the most progress in his business. And I think I need another personal breakthrough. I need a personal a personal breakthrough. The conversation with my parents was a personal breakthrough. The decision to go homeschool was a personal breakthrough. I didn't push so hard into Clive with all the other. I got my shit ordered together. I got it. Like, I prioritized what needed to be done first, and everything else came. So it's not about how hard you work or even what you do. It's, are you doing the right thing? Are you being as efficient as possible? And I could be wrong about all of this. But for now, I'm going to adopt this paradigm that you should go, or this belief that you should go one dry vacuum at a time. Whatever you want the most, you should get first over anything else. I should go after this goal and just like live my life to just go after my goals. So this is gonna make life so much more fun and fulfilling. I'm not living my life to the expectations of other people, because the voices in my head that's saying, no, you need to work, just grind, Clive, this should be your utmost priority. Some of it's Matthew, some of it's Belmar, some of it's Hermosi too. But it's like, if I had no voices in my head, what would I want to do right now? I want to go fucking see the Alps mountains. I want to go in an onsen. I want to go in like some spa in the middle of Costa Rica and walk in the jungle and like have a nice night and eat some like nice Costa Rican food or something, like a steakhouse. Oh, like if I'm Japan, I'd definitely go exploring and like what to eat. Like, I would want to be doing that right now. Okay, Elijah, go do it. All right. I figured out, I think another goal I'm gonna have next year. And it's to find as many spots as possible and to get a girlfriend. All right, Elijah Kim, December 7th, 2024. This is a huge breakthrough. I think this is gonna make my journey in life so much more fulfilling if I do it this way. The dry vacuum method. One at a time. All right, Elijah Kim, out.